Gang, we back in this thing, man. Back with a brand new video for y'all. Today I'm talking about, is emotional vulnerability a turn off to women, right? Is it attractive or is it turn off to women? Well, I'm gonna be real with you, man. In most cases, it's a turn off, right? And I'm gonna give you a few reasons why. Because a lot of times dudes over rely for validation, right? So that's guys that dump all their trauma, all their fears, all their guilt, all their pain, all their shame. They dump it on a woman, right? Too soon, way too soon. Because for one, you really shouldn't ever dump that on a woman. But when you do it too soon, that's poor timing, right? And when I say too soon, there's niggas out here that's doing it on the first date. They doing it on the second date. You feel me? Even the third date. And matter of fact, I lied. They don't get a third date. Because you'd be lucky if you get a second. Because no girl want to hear that shit. Especially when she's trying to get to know you, right? Especially when it's right off the bat. Imagine if you out on a date with a girl, man, and it's reversed. And you trying to get to know her. You trying to see if you like her. And imagine she just comes to you and dump all her trauma on you, right? Oh, my dad touched me when I was a little kid. My mama was a crackhead. My brother and sisters, they ran away. Like, imagine if when you order that first drink, she just dumped all her trauma on you. Would you be likely to go back for a second date? Now, some niggas will. They'll be like, it depends on how she look. But I promise you, that would get tired real quick. Right? Because it lowers the attraction, whether it's coming from a girl or a guy. But at least women, they're emotional. So it's more acceptable if a woman is more emotionally vulnerable. But for a guy, you can't do that shit, man. Now, I'm not saying be a robot. We are human, right? So when you do need to release, when you do need to vent, I will do that with your boys, right? Or go to therapy. Or, shit, talk to your mama. Because at the end of the day, your mama gonna love you because you her son. You ain't trying to date your mama. So you could tell her all your problems, all your issues. She gonna still accept you, right? But for women, yeah, they ain't your mama. Matter of fact, and if they feel like they your mama, that's a bad sign, right? Because women look to dudes for protection, to stay grounded. You supposed to be the rock. So when she get emotional, you supposed to be that rock that calm her down. If your ass is emotional too, and she emotional, y'all both gonna drown, right? That's too much. That's too much emotion, right? So, and another thing too, if you are gonna be vulnerable, right, it has to be a balance. Now, because I know some dudes gonna be vulnerable regardless, no matter what I say or whatever. So, if you happen to be vulnerable, if you happen to, open up a little, make sure it's a balance. Make sure it's not just vulnerability, negativity, and all that, right? Make sure you show her your strength as well. Make sure you show her positivity as well, right? Life is about balance. The minute it's just, woe is me, why is this happening? My life sucks. Oh, I need you, girl. I can't live without you. Oh, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Don't leave. The moment you turn into that guy, just say bye. Because she out the door for sure. I'm trying to tell you, that's the worst thing you could do as a man. The worst thing. And to be honest, you got to actually go through it to notice, right? You can't take my words for it. You actually got to experience heartbreak. You got to experience being vulnerable and opening up and getting your dreams crushed. Getting your ass crushed, right? You got to experience those things in order for you to really get it, right? And because we all been through it. I've been that guy to open up, I remember one time I was dealing with this girl. This was a long time ago. And at the time, I was just like, oh yeah, I want to come see you. I miss you, this, that, and the third. Thinking, oh, that's going to help. Because me and this girl, we had a relationship prior to this, right? We would like go on and off, blah, blah, blah. And so one night I was just in my feels, boy. And I was texting her, yeah, I want you. I want to try this again, blah, blah, blah. Let me come see you. What you think she did? Left me on red, didn't reply. Didn't reply. But the funny part is, like, so that happened, and then, like, we stopped talking for a while, and then she ended up coming back because I was doing me. I showed a moment of weakness and that pushed her away, right? So then I had to show strength and I had to live my life, get other options, do me, and then that made her want to come back. But that that small moment of weakness, that's all it takes for her to be like, ugh, I'm good. So trust me, I know I've been through it. So I'm telling you, if you can help it, do not be vulnerable. If you have a long day at work, just say, yeah, man, it was a long day at work. I'm just gonna chill. I don't really feel like talking. That's it. You ain't gotta go all into it. Man, they doing this to me, they doing that to me. I can't catch a break. They on my ass. Like, cause then she gonna be like, okay, this dude is panicking. What is she gonna do? Right? What, you gonna lay on her chest? She rub you to sleep? Like, come on, man. She don't wanna see that. You know, even though girls be like, oh yeah, open up, open up. As soon as you open up, they close down. I promise you, don't do it. That's a trick. That's a trick. That's a trick. All right. So that's it for this video, man. If you made it this far, I want you to type turn off down below because it's a turn off. I'm gonna be real with you. 9 times out of 10, it's a turn off. The only way you could be somewhat vulnerable is if you got an old school kind of traditional woman. But even then, that's kind of pushing it. I wouldn't do it. All right. So like, comment, subscribe. Till the next time, you already know what it is, man.